Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn about the geography lesson, Physical Geography of Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu, a South Indian state, is famous for its Dravidian style temples. On the Pamban Palam, we have the Ramanatha Swami temple. Is a famous pilgrimage site. It is in the town of Kanyakumari, and Kanyakumari is at India's southernmost tip, and it is famous for its sunrise. Chennai is the capital of Tamil Nadu, and it is also famous for its buildings. For example, Fort St. George, built by the British. In the beginning, Chennai was called as Madras Presidency. The Britishers divided the different places into provinces or presidencies. For example, Mumbai Presidency, Kolkata Presidency and Madras Presidency. Later, this Madras Presidency became the Madras state, and after independence, when India was divided into the different states based on the language spoken, it was named as Tamil Nadu. So today we are going to learn about Tamil Nadu, its physical divisions, its boundaries, its climate, soil, and all the other important things. Now you know that Tamil Nadu is a unique state in India, famous for its temples, architecture, movies, food, classical dance and Carnatic music. Tamil Nadu ranks 11th in the Human Development Index in India. And today we are going to learn about the history of the formation of the state. Formation of the state of Tamil Nadu. Then about the physical divisions of Tamil Nadu. We are also going to focus on the topic climate, soil, natural vegetation, then about the major natural disasters that occur in Tamil Nadu, and what are the preventive measures that can be done before, during and after the natural disasters. So first we are going to focus on the points formation, physical division, climate, soil, natural disasters, etc. Now you know why we should study about our own state. In order to know one's own region, and the next step is to become a global citizen. The main purpose to study about our own territory is to understand our life environment. What is the climate? What is the natural vegetation? What is the soil? All that is present in Tamil Nadu. That is for better understanding, to adapt ourselves to our own state. And we have various geographical divisions in India. So the same way Tamil Nadu also has various physical divisions. We are going to learn about the explicit physiography of Tamil Nadu. Now what do you mean by physiography, otherwise topography of a place? It is the mountains, rivers, plateaus, coastal plains, etc. Now whenever we see the map, we can see the directions placed on the map. So, the directions north, south, east and west. So, from this we can tell the boundaries or the neighboring states of Tamil Nadu. Now, Tamil Nadu is one of the 28 states in India. It is located in the southernmost part of India. It extends from 8 degree. We have the longitudes and the latitudes. So, it is 8 degree north to 13 degree north. That is the latitude, latitudinal extent, and the longitudinal extent is from 76 to 80 degrees. That is the east-west. So, we have the latitudes and the longitudinal extent of Tamil Nadu. And in the eastern side, we have the point Kalima. In the western side, we have the hills of Anaimalai. Then, in the northern side, we have the Pulicat Lake, and in the southernmost tip, we have the Cape Comorin. Now, the boundaries of Tamil Nadu, it is bounded by the Bay of Bengal in the east, and we have Indian Ocean in the south, and the island of Sri Lanka also in the south, and it is bounded by the state of Kerala in the west, and in the northwest we have Karnataka and Andhra. So these are the boundaries, and we have the Park Strait that separates the state of Tamil Nadu from Sri Lanka, the Park Strait. And India has a very good coastline. So, in the Tamil Nadu located in the southernmost tip also has a very good coastline covering nearly some 940 kilometers. 940 kilometers next to Gujarat, a very good coastline. The area of Tamil Nadu is nearly 1,30,058 square kilometers, and it is the 11th largest state in India. Now, based on the language, India was divided into various states. So, likewise, after independence, after so many years, Tamil Nadu has been divided into many states for administrative purpose. In the beginning, there were some 13 districts only. After that, the state was reorganized several times, and for administrative convenience, at present, we nearly have some 37 districts. So, some new districts have been created for administrative convenience. So, they are Kallakurichi, Chengalpet, Ranipet, Tirupattur, Tenkasi, etc. Next, we will focus on the physiographic divisions of Tamil Nadu. So, it is located on the peninsular plateau. So, we have the Deccan Plateau, and mainly the entire Tamil Nadu lies in the Plateau region. So, the main physical divisions are the Western Ghats, the Eastern Ghats. So, we have the Eastern Ghats here, the Western Ghats. Then we have the plateaus. Then we have the plains. Plains, we have two divisions, the inland plains and the coastal plains. Then we have the beaches. We have the beaches. So, Western Ghats extends from Nilgiris in the north to Marunduval Malai in the south. From here, the height of the Western Ghats range from 2000 meters to 3000 meters. Though the Western Ghats is a continuous range, there are some passes in the Western Ghats. What are these passes helpful for? Passes are the gaps in between the mountains where the human beings can travel through them. Otherwise, it is very difficult to travel to the mountains. So, we have the different passes: Palghat, Shengota, Aralvai Moli and Achan Koil. The Nilgiris Hills, the Palani Hills, the Anaimalai Hills, the Cardamom Hills, Andipatti, Varshanad Hills, Podigai and the Magendragiri. All these are the hills that are present in the Western Ghats. These are the major hills. First, we are going to see about the Nilgiri Hills. It is located in the northwestern part of Tamil Nadu. It consists of 24 peaks, more than 2000 meters height, and Dodabetta is the highest peak, ranging 2637 meters height. In these hills, we have a variety of flowering plants, and the state animal Nilgiri Tar is found here. Nilgiri Tar is the state animal of Tamil Nadu and it is found in the Nilgiris. Anaimalai Hill is located in the border of Tamil Nadu and Kerala. So, we have Tamil Nadu, we have Kerala, it is in the border. It is located to the south of the Palghat Gap. And we have the Anaimalai Tiger Reserve in the Anaimalai Hills. We have Kadamparai hydroelectric power, and Aliyar and Tirumurti dams are located in the foothills of this region. Next, we have the Palani Hills. All of us are familiar with the Palani Hills. We have the famous Murugan temple there. It is the eastward extension of the Western Ghats. It is located in the Dindigul district. Near the Palani Hills, we have the Kodaikanal Hill Station. It lies the south central portion of this range. Next, we have the Cardamom Hills, otherwise called as the Elamalai. The name got from the cardamom spice. It is famous for the cardamom spice, so it is called as Cardamom Hills. Apart from that, pepper and coffee is also grown in Cardamom Hills. Varshanadu and Andipatti Hills are the eastern extension of the Western Ghats. So, here we have Kalugumalai, Karungani Hill Station, and we have the Suruli and Kumbakarai waterfalls located here. And in these hills, we have the Srivilliputtur Grizzled Squirrel Wildlife Sanctuary located in the southern slopes of these hills. Next, we have the Podigai Hills. It is lying in the Tirunelveli district, and it is called by different names. For example, it is called as Shivajodi Parvat, Agasthyar Hills and Southern Kailash. This area is famous for its evergreen forests. What are evergreen forests? Throughout the year, they don't shed their leaves and they are evergreen always. Magendragiri Hills is a continuous range situated near the border of Kanyakumari. Its average height is 1645 meters. So, with that, Western Ghats, so we have the Nilgiri Hills, Anaimalai, Palani, Varshanad, Cardamom, Mahendragiri, Andipatti and Pothigay. So the next topic is Eastern Ghats. Unlike the Western Ghats, the Eastern Ghats are a discontinuous and irregular one. It is discontinuous, bisected here and there by rivers which drain into the Bay of Bengal. The height ranges from 1100 to 1600 meters. These hills separate the plains from the plateaus. So we have the plains and the plateaus. These some of the hills present here are Shervarayan, Kalvarayan, Javado, Kolli, Pachaimalai Hills, these are some of the important hills present here. And we are going to see one by one about these hills. The first one is Javado Hills. It is the extension of the Eastern Ghats from Vellore and Tiruvannamalai district. So from Vellore and Tiruvannamalai district. Many peaks are there located in this range, and we have Melpattu as the highest peak in the Javado Hills. And these hills are famous for herbs and sandalwoods. Kalvarayan Hills, the name Kalvarayan is got from the word ancient name of the present type Karalar. That is how it got its name, from the ancient tribal names. This range along with the Pachaimalai, Aralvai Malai and Javadu separates the river basins of Kaveri and Palar. Next we have the Shervarayan Hills. You know very well, it is situated near the Salem city and the height ranges from 1200 to 1620 meters. The name of the range comes from a local deity Shervarayan. So the god, it is named after the god Shervarayan. The highest peak here is Solai Karadu, ranging 1620 meters of height. The hill station Yerkad in Shervarayan is called as the poor man's Ooty. Shervarayan temple is the highest point with 1623 meters. Next we have the Kolli Hills. It is a small mountain range located in Namakkal district. Namakkal district. It covers an area of about 2800 square kilometer and it rises up to a height of 1300 meters. Here we have the Arapaleshwara temple and it is a very important pilgrim center. It has a large cover of evergreen forest compared to other parts of the Eastern Ghats. Here we have several coffee plantations, silver oak trees. Then we have the Pachaimalai Hills. It is the lowest hill range present in Trichy and near Salem. In Tamil language, Pachai means green. So it has a very good vegetation cover, greener than other parts of the Eastern Ghats. Hence it is named as Pachaimalai. In Pachaimalai, we have the jackfruit. It is a very popular one. It's a popular product of these hills. Next we focus on the topic plateaus. You know, Tamil Nadu lies in the Plateau region and this plateau of Tamil Nadu is located in between the Western Ghats and the Eastern Ghats. So we have the Plateau region in between. It is roughly triangular in shape and it covers nearly some 60,000 square kilometers. So the Plateau region is divided into three: Baramahal Plateau, Coimbatore Plateau and the Madurai Plateau. Baramahal Plateau is a part of the Mysore Plateau situated in the northwestern part of Tamil Nadu. It ranges from 350 to 710 meters and it is located in the places Dharmaburi and Krishnagiri. Dharmaburi and Krishnagiri, both these places. Coimbatore Plateau is in between Nilgiris and Dharmaburi district. It varies from 150 to 450 meters height. This region includes Salem, Coimbatore and Erode. So we have Coimbatore, Salem and Erode, all these regions. So we have the Weiger River, a very important river running through this Coimbatore Plateau. Apart from this, we have the rivers Bhavani, Noyal, Amaravati, which originates from the Western Ghats and forms valleys in this region. The next one is the Madurai Plateau. It is found in the Madurai district, extend up to the foothills of the Western Ghats. So we have the Vaigai and the Tamirabarani, two important rivers located in this region. The next topic is plains. So we have the inland plains as well as the coastal plains of Tamil Nadu. The inland plains are drained by the rivers Palar, Ponnayar, Kaveri, Tamirabarani, and Kaveri plains is one of the most important fertile plains of the state. The plains of Kaveri are found in Salem, Erode, Karur, Trichapalli, Pudukkottai, Tanjavur, Tiruvarur and Nagapattinam. The coastal plains of Tamil Nadu are called as the Coromandel Coast. Coromandel Coast. Otherwise, it is called as Cholamandalam also. So, it extends from Chennai to Kanyakumari. It is called as Coromandel Coast, otherwise Cholamandalam Coast. It is formed by the rivers that flow towards the east and drain into the Bay of Bengal. It is more than 80 kilometers wide in some places and some places are submerged in the sea. And we have sand dunes formed along the coast of Ramanathapuram and Thoothukudi district. That is called as Teri. The sand dunes that are found here are called as Teri. Coral rocks are also found in the Gulf of Mannar. So, this is the Gulf of Mannar. We have the coral rock formation here. And in Tamil Nadu, we have very good beach. So, we have the Coromandel Coast. The extension of the beach is more. It has beautiful and exotic beaches along the coastline. The golden sands of Tamil Nadu are scattered with beautiful palms and casuarina groves. So, we have the famous Marina Beach in Chennai, and we also have the Elliott Beach, and Marina Beach is the second longest or largest beach in the world. Apart from that, we have the Kovalam Beach in Kanjipuram and the Silver Beach in Kadalur. So, these are some of the beaches, famous beaches in Tamil Nadu. Next, we are going to focus on the topic drainage. What do you mean by drainage? All the river systems in Tamil Nadu that originate from the mountains and drain into the Bay of Bengal, the entire system is called as drainage. We have so many rivers in Tamil Nadu. We are going to focus on the important ones. So, which is the important river? So, we have the river Kaveri. It is a very important river, and the rivers of Tamil Nadu are very important. They are the lifeline of Tamil Nadu. Rivers play a very important role. They are considered as sacred, and they provide water for all the purpose, for domestic as well as agricultural purpose. So, we have the rivers Kaveri, Palar and Ponnayar, Weiger and Thamire Bharani. Most of the rivers of the Tamil Nadu originate from the Western Ghats and flow towards the east, and they drain into the Bay of Bengal. All the rivers of the states are non-perennial except Thamire Bharani. Thamire Bharani is perennial because it gets water from both the monsoons. Southwest and northeast monsoon. So, it gets water throughout the year. What do you mean by perennial? It gets water throughout the year. First, we are going to focus on the river Kaveri. You know, it is the largest river in Tamil Nadu, and it has a very good delta that drains into the Bay of Bengal. Where does river Kaveri originate? It originates the place Coorg in Karnataka. We can see the flow of the river Kaveri, how it originates is how it originates, how it flows. It flows throughout Tamil Nadu and how it drains into the Bay of Bengal with the various branches here, and it forms a delta here, and this place is very fertile because of all the deposits found there. So, the river Kaveri originates at Talakaveri in Coorg district of Karnataka in the Western Ghats. The total length is 805 kilometers. 805 kilometers. About 460 kilometers of its course falls in Tamil Nadu, and it serves as a boundary between Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. And in Tamil Nadu, it flows nearly some the boundary is nearly some 64 kilometers. It forms Ognekal waterfalls in Dharmaburi district, and Mettur Dam, otherwise also called as Stanley Reservoir, is located in this river. The Britishers constructed the Stanley Reservoir that is called as the Mettur Dam. This is found in the Salem district. A tributary called Bhavani joins the river Kaveri on the right bank 45 kilometers from the Mettur Reservoir. Thereafter, it enters the plains of Tamil Nadu. Enters the plains of Tamil Nadu. There are two more tributaries, Noyyal and Amaravati. The river is wider in this range, so it is called as Agandra Kaveri. In Tiruchirappalli, it branches into two parts, the northern part and the southern part. So, we have the two parts, northern and the southern parts. The northern branch is called Kolarun, otherwise Kollidam. The southern branch is called as Kaveri. Here, the Kaveri delta begins. After flowing about for 16 kilometers, the two branches join together and it forms Srirangam Island. Srirangam Island. After flowing about 60 kilometers, the two branches join together to form the Srirangam Island. The Grand Anaikut, also called as Kallanai, was built along the river Kaveri. After Kallanai, the river breaks into a number of tributaries. And all these together join together and form the delta region. The network of distributaries within the delta of the Kaveri in the coast is called as the Garden of Southern India. Garden of Southern India. It merges into the Bay of Bengal to the south of Kadalur. Next, we have the river Palar. So, the Palar river rises beyond Talagavara village in the Kolar district of Karnataka. It drains in an area nearly 17,871 square kilometer. Out of that, 57% lies in Tamil Nadu and the rest lies in the state of Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh. The major distributaries are Ponnai, Gaundinya Nadi, Malathar, Cheyyar and Kiliyar. Total length is about 348 kilometers. Out of that, nearly some 222 kilometers falls in Tamil Nadu. It flows through the districts of Vellore, Kanchipuram, Vellore and Kanchipuram, and drains into the Bay of Bengal in the place called Kuvattur. The next river is Ten Pennayar. It originates from the eastern slope of the Nandi Durga Hills in eastern Karnataka. It drains an area of nearly 16,019 square kilometers. Nearly 77% of it lies in Tamil Nadu region. It flows for a distance of nearly some 247 kilometers in the state of Tamil Nadu, and it covers the districts of Krishnagiri, Dharmaburi, Vellore, Tiruvannamalai, Kadalur and Viluppuram. There are Vaniyar and Pambar. These are the important tributaries. Heavy rain at the rivers causes sudden floods, and the river is very important for its irrigation. So, we have the Krishnagiri and the Satanur across this river. The Ponnayar river is considered as sacred by the Hindus, and the festivals are conducted in these rivers during the Tamil month of Thai. The next important river is the Weiger. So, we have the Weiger River. Rises from the eastern slope of the Vashanadu Hills of the Western Ghats. Nearly it drains an area of 7,741 square kilometer. The entire river flows in the state of Tamil Nadu. So, it flows in the districts of Madurai, Shivagangai and Ramanathapuram. It discharges its water in the Ramnath big tank, and it also has other small tanks as well. The surplus waters from all these tanks discharge into the Park Strait in the Ramanathapuram district. Okay, into the Ramanathapuram district. So, the next river is Thamirabarani. The name is interpreted as Thamirabarani because of the copper The water gives a copper-like appearance. That is why it is called as Tamira Bharani. Tamiram means copper. Varuni means streams of river. So it is called as Tamira Varuni. So slowly it became as Tamira Bharani. The water of this river originates from a peak of the Weiger Hills. You can see the course of the river. The origin of the river is associated with sage Agasthyar. So it flows through the districts of Tirunelveli and Thoothukudi, and finally it flows in the Bay of Bengal. Karayar, Servarar, Manimuttar, Pachayar, Chittar and Ramanadi are the main tributaries. It is the only perennial river in South India. Already I told you what is a perennial river. It gets water throughout the year. It gets water from both the monsoons, that is the northwest and the southwest and the northeast monsoon. Next we focus on the topic climate. Already you know that the topic of Cancer roughly divides India into two equal halves, and you know India is located in the tropics. So throughout the year we experience hot climate, otherwise it is monsoon type of climate, also tropical climate, because we lie in the tropics. As India receives the vertical rays of the sun, throughout the year we experience hot climate. Though the state falls within the hot climate zone, the east side enjoys a maritime climate because it is closer to the sea. For example, Chennai, it experiences hot climate throughout the day, and it is experiences chillness throughout the night time. So it experiences equable type of climate, both hot and cold, whereas the places situated inland experience dry climate sometimes. So the Bay of Bengal here and the Indian Ocean in the south influences the climate of Tamil Nadu a lot. While the east coast experiences tropical maritime climate, the western region enjoys the mountainous type of climate because we have the Ghats here. The western region experiences mountainous type of climate. The eastern side enjoys the maritime type of climate. Apart from this, the other conditions that influence the climate is altitude, then distance from the sea, high temperature and dry conditions. All these are experienced in the central part of Tamil Nadu. The vertical rays of the sun leads to the different seasons of Tamil Nadu. So we have the different seasons in Tamil Nadu: the winter, the summer, the southwest monsoon and the northeast monsoon. So these are the 4 different seasons that is found in Tamil Nadu. This is based on the vertical rays of the sun that falls on the state of Tamil Nadu. So with that, we come to the end of this session. We will continue with the remaining part in the next class.